Yo, what's going on? It's your man, Sorrel Bell, anywhere but here. Today I got a very special guest with me, the one, the only, superstar Shea. What's going on?
Superstar. I'm doing good. I'm doing better now that you called me a superstar.
Well, you've been a superstar, so you should have been doing good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, pretty good. And I want to tell you, thank you, because a lot of people don't know, but off camera, behind the scenes, you and I had a great conversation, and you uplifted me when I needed it, and it really pushed me through, because I think sometimes folks don't understand when you're going through shit.
Yes.
And it's nice to have someone there with you, especially someone who you may not expect. So I want to tell you thank you.
Oh, you have no reason to thank me. We've always been cool.
Yes.
It's all love. It's always been all love. So I'm always happy to talk to this dude. So cool.
And I appreciate you so much. Let's talk about you for a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Listen, Seasons, Volume 2 is out now.
It sure is, yep.
How you feeling?
I feel immensely grateful and so surprised, because Seasons Volume 1, it was not as big of a turnout. Barely anyone was talking about it. The people that did were, I don't want to say they were hating, but I think they were just feeling me feel my first vibes of making music.
Okay.
So this time, everyone is tagging me in videos. People are hitting me up being like, yo, this song meant so much to me. I related so much to you. Here's how it affected me. And it's just been really surprising and also just so cool, so dope. I'm so excited.
Damn. Okay, let me ask you this. Let me get into it, because you said the first one you didn't get the love, right? You didn't get the love, you didn't get the reception. How does that not detour you from pushing on and making the second one?
Probably because I never went, you and I were kind of talking about this earlier, but I didn't get to really say my piece. I never really fully make music for other people's opinions.
Okay.
I really make it to just express myself. It's like a balloon inside that I know is gonna literally implode if I don't, release it.
Right.
So I think that's the reason why it did not deter me whatsoever, because I always knew it just needed to be done.
Yeah.
Just something within me, part of my spirit, it needs to come out. So
is it tough though, because we do live in this social media era where we look for some sort of validation, whether it's a friend telling you how good it is, or someone liking it or sharing it, or the repost.
Yeah.
We seek a little bit of validation, you know what I'm saying? So did any of that ever get to you? Keep it real.
Oh no, and I am. Initially, of course, because first of all, I'm a Cancer. I'm super sensitive anyways. Plus, I always think there's a clip of Beyonce where she's like, I'm sensitive about my shit. And that's how I feel. I'm really, really sensitive. However, when I look into the heart of me and in my gut, I just know, I'm like, look, I make music that I can jam out to in my car. And from there, if people like it, then I'm happy. And if they don't, I still like it, so I'm still gonna vibe, you know? Of course it affects me, especially because I work with such amazing people. My two producers, Life Sorrel and Plains, what's good?
Shout out both of y'all.
Shout out to both of y'all. They are absolutely incredible. And then everyone else that produced different tracks for me, Troy, Sean Carbone, they're so incredible that I think for me, it would sting a little bit if people were hating on it, just because I'm like, what? How can you not like what they're doing?
Right.
But luckily, I'm not really facing any of that this time,
okay.
So it doesn't really matter, but I'm just happy to do it. I just feel grateful to work with really, really cool people and share that connection. Yeah. That's what really matters to me, collabing.
Yes.
Like we're doing right now.
Exactly. So what was the approach going into this? Because Volume 1, I'm sure you had a specific approach. And then now you look at the reception and what happened and where you're at in your life now, and then COVID and quarantine and all that stuff. So what was it like going into Volume 2, and how was that energy put into it?
So the first one I actually did in the smack dab in the middle of the pandemic. So it was released November of 2020. This time, and the first time, I'll go back to that. The first time I was in the struggle studio, as I call it, which is my little brother's bedroom. He produced my entire first EP. Shout out to Grady. I'm gonna shout out 20 people today. And it was all family. It was literally me, him, my other younger brother, and we were all just bouncing ideas off each other in this little tiny sweaty room. And it was my first child. It was like my first little baby. And this time I had a little bit more knowledge. I've already kind of been through the process a little bit. And my brothers were busy working on their other stuff. So I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'll work on my music whenever it feels right. I'm all about energy. So then
Energy doesn't lie.
Energy doesn't lie.
It doesn't lie.
And I really try to trust my gut and the energy that I'm feeling. So when Plains reached out to me and was like, hey, I'm in town, why don't we just like jam? I'll bring my friend Life, we'll like see how it goes. Random day in December. The first meeting, it was like, boom, all the lights went on. Wow. We were all just straight vibing. I heard like Return of the Mac in the background. Like it was one of, I had to throw that in there.
One of them songs.
Yeah, it just felt right. And we were all kind of looking around like, you know that Spider-Man meme where everyone's like pointing at each other? We're like, this is too good to pass up. And so from then on, we just vibed. Like the first meeting, we kind of went over 3 songs and Eris was like, we low-key already have an EP. And that was the first meeting ever, all 3 of us. So yeah, the energy didn't lie and it just all lined up. So I think the difference between the two is that the first time around, I don't want to say it was forced, but it was all like, I want to put this out there. I'm going to reach out to people to work with me. I'm going to write these songs. I'm going to do this. And it was kind of more about presenting myself for the first time. The second time around, other people were reaching out to me to work with me, and it was more of a collab effort.
Yeah. Doesn't that feel so good?
It felt crazy. It feels crazy. I'm just like, y'all are so good. What? The fact that you want to work with me, unreal. Yeah. So it's been a trip. And a really cool trip.
Damn, check you out. So I have a question, which I feel like the streets want to know the same thing.
The streets want to know.
Why so short?
Why only 5 songs?
Yeah.
Okay, so my overall idea and dream is that I release 4 different EPs, all based on a different season. Mm-hmm. So then I already did fall. This next one was spring, volume 2. The next one will be winter, then summer. Okay. Once that happens, that's going to be a full album, plus I'm going to have bonus tracks. So that was kind of
You're piecing it together.
my baby that I thought of, in 2019. And so they're all going to be pretty short. They're all going to be like 3 to 5, 7 songs type deal, but.
Was that hard though, because you're working with Plains and Life and they have so much music and it's unlimited things that you can do? Is it hard to narrow it down and say, okay, we're gonna do these 4 songs, we're gonna do these 5 songs?
You'd think that it was really hard, but like I said, like the first time we met, they played one song and it was like, boom, okay, I have lyrics that would work with this. Okay, what about this one? Ooh, I'm gonna write to this one. Okay, and I already have this one, so let's work on this together for a couple minutes. Oh yeah, I have a song to write to that. Like, it was so immediate. That's not something that you could force. That's not something that you could write into the script. That's just like...
It just happens.
It just happens, and you know when it's right, and it was right. It was real right.
What's your favorite song off the album?
It changes every day. But right now, I would probably say Free. Free is the song that you want to play full blast, windows rolled down, and it also reminds me of... when I was writing the songs for Volume 2, I was going through a really, really, really rough time at the end of 2021, so the end of last year. And once I wrote Free, it was actually pretty close to when the EP released. And it's just all about us, feeling finally like we can be ourselves, we're happy with ourselves, we're present in the moment, we're grateful. So that's how I'm feeling right now.
Feeling free, and I see the happiness on you. I see the joy in you, and speaking of being free and being who you are, how does that translate from the music to your other forms of art? Because you model.
I do.
You are a superstar model.
Stop.
So how do you take that and transition into it? Because nowadays with people having so much to say and so many opinions and all this shit, I feel like you're one of the people who you're like, I'm going to take my clothes off and I'm gonna do this photo shoot, and I don't give a fuck what y'all think. So how does that work for you? How does that freedom come to you?
I think I just realized after a certain period of time that no matter if I'm a pretty, pristine little princess or if I fully express myself and just kind of do whatever the fuck I want, people are going to hate no matter what. People are going to love no matter what. And I would rather, and I know it's like, you know, tale as old as time, but I would rather truly express myself and literally be exactly who I am and sit still within myself and take pride in that than pretend for other people to still hate on me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it just would be a waste of my life.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. I want to literally grab my life by the you know what and just like roll with it.
Yeah, because every time I'm scrolling on the gram looking at something, it's like, boom, there goes Shea, she butt naked. But, you know what I'm saying? Look, I think it's so dope because there's a lot of us, there's people who are the pristine, pretty, handsome, whatever the case is,
Yep.
and they won't even show themselves. They'll keep a picture in the camera roll for so long.
Yeah.
And then I see someone like you who's just like, yo, I'ma be me.
Yes.
Y'all motherfuckers gonna see this. If you don't wanna look at it, keep scrolling. You don't like it, unfollow me.
Yeah.
And I just wanna tell you, it gives us so much courage.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that because social media got a lot of us fooled. You know, did you ever deal with any of that?
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, another tale as old as time bit, but like, you know, comparison is the thief of joy.
Big time.
As a fat queer person, like, if I compared myself with what was poppin', I would not be myself. I would be devoid of all of my personality, all my soul.
Yeah.
And so I definitely fell victim to that for sure until I honestly don't even know what happened. It just, like, one day it just clicked that I was like, I need to be authentic. Like, I need to truly be myself because, again, it's like a waste of life and I never want to be that guy. I want to enjoy myself. I want to express myself in whatever way I see fit. And I also don't necessarily see my pictures, even if they're nude, I don't see them as like sexy. I see bodies as art. And again, just another way to express myself. If I feel it in the moment, I see a certain lighting and I'm like, okay,
catch it.
I'm doing it. And I don't care. And I'm posting it. And that's it, you know? So I appreciate you saying that a lot. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, no, it's dope. Trust me, because I'm telling you, when I look at it, I'm always just like, yo, she's fire. She's fire. There's something about confidence that's just sexy. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do. It's just when you're confident with something, it radiates. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know, I might take my shit off and just, but I'll be like, nah, don't do that, bro.
Do it, Terrell. Everybody take nudes of yourself, post them on the gram. No, I'm so about it.
Yeah.
Everyone should. Everyone should feel good within themselves. And honestly, another big reason why I take it all off is because for so long I was taught to shrink myself, make myself smaller. Every message that I was getting, whether, you know, it was literally physically about my body or my personality, it's like, shrink yourself, make yourself palatable. I don't want to be palatable. I want the person who, or the people who see me and enjoy me, I want them to have a big appetite.
Right.
They have to, you know? And so I'm not shrinking myself anymore. I'm going to be the biggest, loudest dude that I want to be, and that'll make me happy.
Yes.
And that's where the light comes from.
Yeah. It's almost like the old saying of, you know, go where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated.
Wow. I don't
You
think
know?
I've heard that, but I love that.
Yeah, old black folks, you know what I'm saying? They always got something to say. Where it's
I'm a
like,
privileged white person, so.
but look, listen, it's, you know, go where you're go where you're celebrated. It's like the people who enjoy you, embrace them.
Yes.
Because when you have to go somewhere where people are gonna like judge you and you gotta straighten up and sit right and do what you gotta do to please them, that's not where you should be at anyways.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an audience and a certain group of people who love them, so it's like, let's embrace the folks who love us versus trying to appeal to those who don't.
Yes.
You know, so that's just how I look at it, and that's how I look at what you got going on. And you mentioned being, you know, a queer woman. How do you feel being queer in today's time? When, you know, a lot of it is accepted, but then there's a big portion of it where it's like, we don't know what's gonna happen in the future.
That is a fantastic question. And it...
Thank you.
You're like, yep.
You know.
You're welcome. I'm so proud to be queer, and for me it's like relatively new. So I wasn't like battling this like inner demon for my entire life. I kind of always knew that I was a little bit like fluid, but it didn't really affect me like it did with other people that I know of. I got really, really lucky. And when I fully realized it, which was in 2020, like again, it was smack dab in the middle of the pandemic.
Wow.
I just fully, again, made a post about it on IG and on Facebook and was just like, there you go, you're welcome. And luckily, the people I have in my circle are not bigots at all, and they're all really cool and accepting. And again, I'm really lucky to have come out in this time where I'm not facing a lot of backlash. Of course, you know, when they see a big queer blue-haired bitch, they're gonna be like I get a lot of, you know, weird stares and eyes and eye rolls and like nudges and whispers and giggles at me, but like, you know, I think it's getting better. I really do believe that. Politically, things are very scary right now for women, people of color, any minority.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I am fearful, but I do need to say my biggest hero in life is Mr. Rogers. And he has a saying that he always said during very difficult times, politically and otherwise, which was, look for the helpers. There's always people who are helping. There's always people that will fight. There's always people that will lift you up, shine the light on you. And I've experienced that personally in my life during my darkest times. There are lighthouses in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And so I do try to focus on that. I want to be informed, obviously, but if you're just drowning in all this bad news, like a lot of us are getting from all angles right now, there's no light and you're just like fully in darkness. And that's kind of why I also made Volume 2, because I really wanted it to be spring themed. I wanted it to have the theme of, you know, growth and hope.
I'll say hope for sure.
Yes.
Hope for sure.
Yes, like I really wanted that to be shown, so I appreciate that you know that, because I really wanted a transformative energy to come from the album.
Yeah.
So.
And it did just that. You know, when you listen to music, or when I listen to music, you can always hear kind of where the person is in life. You know where the artist is, or you know where they're going, or where they're trying to go. And with this, that's why the first thing I said is you seem happy, you seem free, you seem joyful, and that is a blessing, because when we get the music now, it's like, yo, I can experience what she's feeling.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I don't have to be sad for you or with you, because it's like I can turn up and party with you because of the music you gave us. So when I listen to Melt in the car by myself, I'm a damn fool.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in there going crazy.
I love that you love Melt.
I love it.
Northtown Red also was featured on that. Shout out to you, Northtown Red.
Yeah, Northtown Red, you went crazy.
He went crazy. He killed it. He reached out to me to work with me like a year or so ago. He heard my first EP and he was just like, hey, if you ever want to work together. And I was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. And once we were really in the full like deep diving of Melt, I was like, I'm gonna need to call Northtown.
Yeah,
I need to.
A spot or a record for
I'm like, I already know. And he came in the studio, first take, absolute fuego. I could not believe my ears.
Wow.
It fits so well with the song. I know you know because you've heard it, but like,
a million times.
I'm just like, I'm blown away by the people that wanted to work with me. Truly, I'm like so excited, so grateful. I can't wait to make more.
Yeah. How did you and Plains link up?
We met when we worked at Zappos, actually. So we were in the same training class.
Okay.
And I'll never forget that on the first day, we kind of had a partner and we had to talk for 5 minutes, introduce ourselves to the other person, and then we had to get up in front of the whole class of like 40 people or whatever and introduce the other person instead of introducing ourselves. And so I got up and my person was introducing me, and at the time I was in a rap crew. And so he introduced me as that, and he was like talking about that, and Eris from the back of the class was like, wait, you rap? And I was like,
Sounds like her.
I was like, yep. And she's like, me too. And I was like, and we just immediately, it was a soul connection.
Okay,
That's my girl. I love her so much. She is the
She's
best
so dope.
person.
She's so dope.
She has taught me so much about life.
Wow.
I can't even begin to tell you. So I adore that woman, and I'm so glad that she and I are friends and that she wanted to work with me. It's wild.
So that means that you guys are gonna have more stuff coming.
I mean, stay tuned, but no, but nothing's planned yet,
Okay.
but like, I'm sure we will. Since then, we've worked together. You know, I've been on some of her EP some of her albums, and I directed 2 of her music videos with her group, Childlike Sound. And so, yeah, we're always gonna work together.
I love it.
Yeah, I love her. If I'm lucky, we'll work together.
You will. And okay, do you write your own music?
I do. I write all my lyrics. This one I got a little help from Plains. She definitely helped on Tangerine.
Who wouldn't let her help?
Literally.
You'd be a fool.
She, yeah, and also like she and I just work really well together. She really understands me. I take pride in my lyrics because, like, I mean, I've always written poems since I was a literal child, a literal baby. So I take pride in that. That's probably the thing I'm most proud of. So yeah, to get anyone that wants to collab with me, I'm always like trying to cook in the kitchen with other chefs.
Okay.
I'm always like, oh, you want to do this? Okay. You want to direct this? Okay. You want to do this photo shoot? Absolutely. I'm just, that's where the juices start really flowing.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. Well, let me just put it out there. My boy John is an amazing songwriter.
Hey.
Yes, John, he's behind the camera right now, but he's an amazing songwriter. And the man got voice memos of melodies and hooks
That's
and
my
everything.
life. That's my entire life. You should see all of the notes that I have in my phone. Unreal.
Oh, we're going to share some stuff after this for sure.
Ooh, okay, John.
Yeah. So what's next for you? You got this out now. Are we getting more visuals? Are we getting some shows? What's up?
I don't have any shows lined up yet. I would love to, but I've never done a show since I was in my rap crew.
Wow.
Yeah, so I would love to do shows. I would love to, we have some visuals, ideas of visuals coming out, so I think those will be coming out this summer, maybe in the fall. And then I'm definitely gonna start writing within the next month for my next EP. I wanted to take like a month off to get the juices flowing again.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely the winter EP is coming for sure.
Let me know when y'all shoot the video for Melt because I just want a little cameo in it. You know what I'm saying?
I would love for you to
like
be-
the old school cameos where I just pop in front of the camera one time and that's it.
And you're famous in Vegas. Everyone would know who you are.
Don't
Everyone
stop
would-
it.
like,
Stop
dang,
it.
that's surreal.
Stop it. No, they would not.
Yeah, they would.
They'd be like, look at this fool.
No, they'd be happy. They'd be, okay, well then when I do Melt, you have to be in it.
I'm gonna be in it.
Northtown already agreed, so.
I'm in the video. I don't care.
You heard it here first.
I'm gonna be in the damn video.
Northtown already agreed, so we're doing a video for sure.
Look, I'm letting you know.
Okay. It's, yeah, period, it's happening.
Okay. And we're gonna have to talk off camera about some shows too because I got some things that, you know what I'm saying, we can connect and make something happen. Yes. Look, if we don't look out for us, who's gonna do it? That's how I look at it.
That's true.
That's how I look at it. Yeah.
You're the best.
So thank you. So Seasons Volume 2 is out right now. If you could talk to someone and tell them anything about you, what would you let them know?
I would let you know that I am just a Renaissance woman, just trying out here to express myself, and just if you want to listen, please do. Oh, and also if you're going to listen to Seasons Volume 2, listen from the beginning, please. Front to back. That's how I always listen to albums, and that's...
Same, you have to.
In my opinion, I have to. I like sit within myself and I listen to it. You can listen to it however you want. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but that's how you'll really understand me, through those lyrics and through the way that I meticulously put the songs in order. And yeah, I'm just really grateful for you, John, for everybody.
Shout out to John
Shout out to John.
and them strong arms.
That songwriter, king.
Yeah. So Shea, look, I thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I want to tell you this too. I'm very grateful for you. I'm always going to give people their flowers and let them know how I feel. But I'm grateful for you for, giving me that love when I needed it. And I'm also grateful for you and Plains for hitting me up for the interview because I remember at a time and point I said, damn, I can't wait until people are hitting me up for interviews. And when you guys did it, I felt something in me and I was like, wow, I prayed for this. Like I really prayed for this, so now here it is happening, and so I just want to tell you thank you for wanting to be a part of, what I got going on.
Literally no need to thank me. You are, again, the king of Vegas, of the downtown scene specifically, but also all over, because you're going out here interviewing Trinidad James, etc. So it really is literally no problem. You're the coolest. I always appreciate any time I have with you. So we had to hit you up. Yes. Obviously.
And we're going to have to get some work in, too. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it.
We're going to figure it out.
We're going to talk about it. Yes. It's Rob Bell. This is Shea. Now, where can they find the music?
You can find it anywhere. You can Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube. Specifically, if you want to add me on Instagram, it's at Shea Pancakes. And I have a link tree, so everything will be in there.
There we go, just like that. So Rob Bell, this is Shea. Seasons Volume 2 is out right now. Anywhere but here. I'm going to holler at y'all next time.